hold on. Yeah, I'm just gonna record it.
Yeah, just record it.
I mean, I'm not seeing them sitting at the table, but I am. They look up stuff. Okay.
Yeah, why don't you record it? Good. All right. Questions for Cameron and Derek?
How's it been so far with the workouts and all that?
It's been good. It's been good, you know. A lot of basketball, but everything has been great.
Yeah, it's been good. Just get to know the guys, get to know the coaches, learn about the system, the program. It's been good so far.
Can each of you just kind of speak on how you decided on Arizona as where you would be for this season?
Yeah, obviously I transferred when I was in the portal. You know, talked to a lot of different schools, but it just something felt right here. Took a visit, and as soon as I got back from the visit, I knew this was where I wanted to come. Just the run they've been on recently, Coach Lloyd and his staff have been so good, and I think just their development plan for me was the biggest thing, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm assuming, Cameron, that just growing up in Arizona, that this is always going to be a school that's going to be a consideration, right?
100%. You know, having Tommy as, you know, the head coach, you know, knowing how smart he is, knowing what he could do with the program, you know, seeing how far they got last year, you know, just took all that and, you know, just thought that this would be the right place for me.
Derek, what kind of conversations, if any, did you have with Henry about Arizona?
Yeah, I had a lot of conversations with Henry. You know, he spent a lot of time here. You know, he'd been through the ups and downs of it. You know, redshirted, been injured, been not playing much, and he's seen both sides of it. So he was very honest with me about, you know, the program, but he thought it was going to be a great fit for me, and he was excited when I was coming here.
Why do you think you thought it would be a great fit?
I think just knowing the coaching staff, knowing the style of play. He knew Tommy would have a lot of trust in me, and you know, he was really excited for me.
Derek, what's the differences in the team from North Carolina? I know you haven't played competitive games yet, but what stood out the most from the first few practices this summer?
Yeah, I think you know, obviously I played with a really good team at Carolina, and I think we're going to be a really good team this year again. So it's just great to play with great players. Differences, I mean, there's a lot of similarities. We got, you know, high-level players, guys, you know, with like freshmen that are really good. Caleb's been really good. Funny, I played with a Caleb freshman that's been really good both times. But, yeah, I mean, I think just the coaching staff has been really good for me, you know, helping me learn, helping me grow, just to be better this year.
What do you expect of playing in the Big 12? I know it kind of varies, you know, what conference dominates college basketball year to year, but recently it's been the Big 12. So what is the biggest difference adjusting to that style of play?
Yeah, obviously, you know, I love watching college basketball, so I've been following the past couple of years. The Big 12 has been really good. Obviously, you know, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas, those are great teams. So I'm just really excited to go out there and compete. You know, there's going to be no days off in the Big 12, and, you know, Coach Tommy says a lot of things like, you know, there's really no days off, and you got to be ready to play, and, you know, I'm excited to experience that.
Cameron, in practice so far, where have you been mostly seeing time during 5-on-5?
Oh, really everywhere. But I start off probably at the small forward position. You know, I think we have a great squad of players. You know, just coming in, just playing defense. You know, doing everything I have to do. But I see time, like playing time everywhere. You know.
I know it's just practice, Cam, but what is the biggest difference you've noticed so far between the high school game and now that you're in college?
I say the biggest difference I probably say is the physicality. You know, everybody's stronger now. Everybody's in the weight room just as much as everybody else. The speed of the game is definitely faster. But I probably just say those two things, the physicality and the speed.
Cameron, what excited you most about coming to play for Tommy?
Oh, yeah, you know, just seeing how seriously he takes the game, you know, seeing how much he helped this program, you know, lead to the Final Four. Just seeing how much the developmental piece is, you know, it helped the players in the past. You know, it really tied into everything in my decision and my commitment. And also just Tommy just being a great person on and off the court, a great coach, a great leader. You know, made me realize that this is home for me.
What do you guys think? I mean, what's your mood or the vibe with this trip? And you guys feel like it's a long way to go. You're playing some pretty good games, it seems like. What do you
Yeah,
think?
this is my first time. Shoot, a lot of our first time being out of the country. I know it's going to be a great trip, though. Great bonding time. Build chemistry within the team, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, me too. First time being in Europe and, seeing a little bit of a different side of the world. And then, I'm ready to play games. You get tired of practicing against the same guys every day, so I'm excited to play against some other teams.
Anything you guys are curious about, or have the Lithuanian guys told you anything about what they want you to see or try, or what about it, or anything like that?
Not much. I mean, Mo's not a big talker, but I guess, we'll see it when we get out there. I'm just excited for it.
Derek, did you play against RJ Godfrey last year?
I did, played against him twice.
So when you knew, when you heard that was something coming in, what was your impression that you remember from playing against him?
Yeah, I was excited. He was really good when he played against us. And, when they told me he was thinking about coming here, I even reached out to him and, said, I think this would be a great fit for you. He's a really good player, and I'm excited to be playing with him, not against him this year.
Yeah, and Cameron, I mean, that does have some impact on you because there are some similar positions, the 3 and the 4 and all that. How does that affect you with this?
I say not at all. RJ's going to, come in and just be a great piece for us. He's a great guy on and off the court. Just seeing, how seriously he takes the game, I can learn from it. Whether that's starting, whether that's coming off the bench, just my main focus is just to come and impact the game as much as possible.
Tommy recently mentioned that one of his biggest goals is to kind of build a foundation and the culture of the program. As guys that are new to the program, what have you learned about that culture and foundation?
Yeah, I think that's something he stresses every day pretty much. And, it's a culture and a foundation, built on trust in our teammates, trust in our coaching staff. We're all comfortable to make mistakes, obviously, coming in. A lot of us are new here, so, we're not used to this. So making mistakes and being able to play through those and learn from them. And then it's a, program of effort, giving it everything you got, being physical, and we're going to go out there and compete.
You guys got some extra time, and you always have workouts in the off season, but maybe a little. I think you get 10 more practices before a trip like this. Full. Do you feel like maybe you guys are further along? Has that helped, and in what ways? And do you feel like here we are in mid-August? Do you feel like you guys are pretty far along, or?
Yeah, I definitely feel like these practices have helped. I just say the main thing is just building chemistry with each other, with one another. We scrimmage a lot. Just learning the feel of the game. Of course, for me as a freshman, I say, these extra practices really help.
Yeah, we've had a really good last couple of days of practices, competitive, more scrimmaging, like Cam said. So it's been good to just get some live reps and, find the flow of our offense and defense.
These games you have coming up, you guys talk about these at all? Like, the pretty good national teams you're playing, et cetera, or is that something you deal with when you get out there? I mean, obviously, I know it's different, and you're focused on yourself, but I was just wondering, if you guys, I don't know if you guys watch FIBA ball and are familiar with teams like this that you've been facing.
Yeah, we've been watching film, getting prepared for this trip. This is a big trip, and this is going to get us prepared for the upcoming season. But, we're not taking this lightly. We're preparing to go out there and play 3 40-minute games. So, we got to watch as much film as possible.
Anything different, like rule-wise, you expect? I mean, you're learning what it's like college-wise, and now you got to play. I think you're playing FIBA rules, right? So, like, I don't know. Is that anything you guys have to at least think about? Like, this is going to be a little different over there first, or?
Yeah, at practices he's mixed in a little bit of like teaching us the rules of FIBA, like you can tip the ball off the rim, out of bounds. You can't go backcourt on sideline, out of bounds. So just little tips and stuff like that we've gone over just so we're comfortable and not caught off guard by anything.
Does the ball feel different?
I mean, a little bit. Every basketball feels different,
yeah.
but got to go out there and play with it.
Yeah. Anything else as a point guard, especially Derek, for you, with rules or anything differently you're looking at?
Not really, no. I think the little tips and tricks he's taught us, sideline out of bounds, making sure we catch it in the front court, not catching it in the back court, shorter shot clock, so trying to get us in our offense a little bit quicker, press break, trying to make sure we get the ball over the court comfortably because, teams will like to press and slow us down with the shorter shot clock. Just little things like that, but, it's all natural stuff.
Being a guard, I'm wondering if you know the history, if you do, of being in the guard situation, and how far do you go back, given that this place is a guard place?
Yeah, honestly, not that much. Obviously, being on the other side of the country, I wasn't that tapped into Arizona basketball. I have been actually the last couple years, though. I'd say like 4 or so years. So guys like Benedict Mathurin I watched, Kirk Kriisa when he was here, Braden Burries last year was great, Jaden Bradley last year was great. So just, trying to learn from what those guys have done and seeing their development and growth obviously played a part in me coming here.
Derek, what can you tell us about what's stood out or what you've learned about JJ?
Yeah, I mean, JJ's a competitor. He wins. That's what he does. And, he's not going to be the biggest guy on the floor, but he was on those Team USA teams for a reason and all that type of stuff. And he's a winner. That's what he does on the court. He's not going to wow you with his athleticism or flashy plays, but everything he does is just going to be simple. He's going to make the right play the right way.
Oh yeah, most definitely. JJ is everything you can ask for in the point guard. He talks a lot. He's a leader. He brings us all together, and most importantly, he cares about every single one of us. So, most definitely.
Just want to kind of a outside the lines kind of question, but just I think 3 years ago they went to Israel. This team did, and the war broke out like 5 weeks later. Now you're playing Ukraine. They've got obviously a war going on there. You're nearby them there. I don't know if any of that hit you all. What's going on around you, kind of thing.
No, we're just worried about playing basketball.
Yeah, just focus on the main goal. Yeah.
All set, guys.
Thank you.
You guys got any?
You got one
Are you
more?
guys good sleeping on planes? It's like what, 13 hours?
I love sleeping on planes. The time change is going to be the biggest thing for me, but I'll knock out on a plane.
I try. I listen to music. I tend to listen to music. Try to find me a movie. But I do sleep usually. So.
Just to be certain, Mo has not brought up the pink soup dish.
He did to me. Him and we call him Oogie. Oogie did as well. The pink soup. I looked it up on Safari. It looked kind of weird, but they said it would be good. This is how I like it. So I'm gonna try it when I get out there.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Or did Max say anything about his year there and what it was like or anything? Or
Not much, no.
All right, guys. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.